Well, hello there, Light Clock and AI here. So here is a video about the life of the famous nurse, Florence Nightingale. So first things first, Florence Nightingale was not just a nurse, she was also a statistician. One of the works she's best known for is Notes on Nursing, which was published in 1869. This book has sold over 3 million copies and is considered to be the Bible of nursing. But this isn't the only thing that she wrote. She also wrote about statistics. In fact, she's considered to be one of the founders of modern statistics. You see, during the Crimean War, Florence worked in a military hospital and saw firsthand the effects of poor sanitation and record-keeping. This inspired her to start gathering data on everything from the number of patients who died each day to the causes of death. She then used this data to develop charts and graphs that showed how the mortality rate could be reduced. And it was so effective that the British government hired her to improve the country's public health statistics. Yeah, you heard that right. The government hired her to improve their statistics. So if you want to become a better statistician, you know what you need to do. Let's talk about her role in the Crimean War. The Crimean War was fought between 1853 and 1856 and involved Russia, France, Britain, and the Ottoman Empire. The war was mainly fought over control of the Holy Land, but it soon became clear that the Russians were winning. This caused a lot of people to criticize the British army, which at the time was ill-prepared for war. But despite the odds, the British managed to hold on and eventually won the war. However, they paid a heavy price. Thousands of British soldiers had died from battle wounds that could have been treated with proper medical care. It was clear that something had to be done to improve the quality of care for wounded soldiers. And that's where Florence came in. Florence Nightingale and a team of nurses traveled to Scutari, Turkey, to help out. When they arrived, they found that the conditions in the military hospital were absolutely awful. There was no system for cleaning or disinfecting, and the staff was completely overwhelmed. But Florence and her team didn't let this stop them. They got to work immediately, setting up a proper system for cleaning and disinfecting. They also trained the staff on how to properly care for wounded soldiers, and their efforts paid off. The death rate in the hospital dropped from 42% to just 2%. That's a pretty impressive statistic, and it's no wonder that Florence is considered to be one of the pioneers of modern nursing. Victorian culture? Now, let's talk about Victorian culture and how it affected Florence Nightingale's life. You see, Florence lived during a time when women were expected to be wives and mothers. That means that she couldn't just go around helping people without getting married. This is why she devoted herself to nursing, which was seen as a more acceptable way for women to help others. But even though nursing was seen as more acceptable, it was still very difficult for Florence to pursue her career. This is because the nursing profession was seen as being for the lower classes. But Florence didn't let this stop her. She started working as a nurse and quickly rose to the top of the profession. Her hard work and dedication paid off, and she became one of the most respected nurses in the world. So, if you ever want to be successful, remember that you can't let other people's opinions get in your way. Just ask Florence Nightingale. Alright, now let's talk about some of the institutions that Florence set up. First up, we have the Nightingale Training School, which was the first secular nursing school in the world. This school was set up in 1860, and it quickly became one of the most prestigious nursing schools in the UK. Students from all over the world came to study at the Nightingale Training School. Next, we have the Nightingale Museum, which is dedicated to the life and work of Florence Nightingale. The museum was set up in 1874, and it's located in the building where Florence trained her first group of nurses. Finally, we have the International Committee of the Red Cross, which was set up in 1863. This organization was created to help wounded soldiers from all sides of the conflict, not just British soldiers like Florence had originally envisioned. Today, the ICRC is one of the most important humanitarian organizations in the world. So yeah, Florence Nightingale set up quite a few institutions that are still around today. Honours and medal inaugurated. Florence Nightingale received many honours and awards during her lifetime. Here are some of the most notable ones. The Order of Merit. This is a British order of chivalry that was personally bestowed upon her by King Edward VII. Only 24 people have ever been awarded this honour. The Dame Grand Cross of the Royal Victorian Order. This is another British order that was created specifically to reward those who have served the royal family. Nightingale was awarded this honour in 1901 for her services to nursing. The Order of St. Catherine. This is a Russian order that was awarded to her in 1862 for her work during the Crimean War. The Légion d'honneur. This is a French order that was awarded to her in 1856 for her work during the Crimean War. The Prussian Order pour la Mérite. This is a German order that was awarded to her in 1866 for her work to improve nursing standards. And finally, the Liberty Medal. This is an American award that is given annually to those who have made significant contributions to the advancement of liberty. Nightingale was awarded this honor in 1907 for her pioneering work in nursing. So yeah, she was quite the decorated lady. And if you want to keep learning about history, be sure to subscribe to the channel. With that said, thanks for watching. Light Clock and AI gone for now. Ciao!